Have you ever tossed a few slices of beets into your salad or blended them into a smoothie thinking you were making one of the healthiest choices possible? You're not alone. For decades, beets have been praised as one of nature's most powerful superfoods, and for good reason. These vibrant red roots are loaded with compounds that seem tailor-made for seniors who want to protect their heart, sharpen their memory, and keep their energy up. Inside every beet, you'll find natural nitrates that relax and widen blood vessels, improving circulation and lowering blood pressure. You'll also find betalains, the same pigments that give beets their deep red color, working as antioxidants to fight inflammation, protect your liver, and even reduce the risk of certain cancers. Add in fiber, folate, potassium, iron, and magnesium, and you have a vegetable that can support nearly every system in your body. But here's the surprising truth. Even though beets are packed with nutrition, many people aren't getting their full benefits. In fact, small mistakes in the way you prepare, cook, or store beets could actually rob them of their healing power, and in some cases, even put your health at risk. Imagine drinking a beet smoothie that spikes your blood sugar instead of steadying it, or tossing away the very part of the beet that holds its most potent nutrients. That's why in today's video, we're revealing 12 common mistakes seniors make when eating beets and how you can avoid them. Some of these might surprise you, and mistake number 2 could truly shock you. So, if you love beets or want to start adding them to your diet for better energy, circulation, and longevity, stay with us until the end. You'll not only discover how to unlock their full health potential, but also learn who should be careful when eating them. Before we dive in, do us a quick favor. Hit that like button to support our channel and subscribe to Ageless Vitality for more natural health tips designed, especially for seniors over 60. And in the comments, type yes if you want to see more videos like this. Now, let's get started with mistake number 12. Mistake number 12, throwing away the peel. Most seniors don't realize this, but the moment you peel your beets, you're throwing away one of the most nutrient-packed parts of the whole vegetable. That thin, sometimes dirty-looking skin isn't just a protective layer. It's where some of the highest concentrations of antioxidants and fiber are found. The bright pigments in beets called betalains are especially concentrated near the skin. These powerful compounds help your liver detox, calm down inflammation and aching joints, and even protect your blood vessels from oxidative stress, the very stress that accelerates aging in your cells. By peeling, you lose a good portion of these protective antioxidants before they ever reach your plate. And let's not forget fiber. Seniors already face a higher risk of sluggish digestion, blood sugar spikes, and cholesterol buildup. The peel is packed with dietary fiber that supports gut health, keeps you fuller longer, and slows down how fast natural sugars from beets enter your bloodstream. Without it, you're missing one of the simplest ways to balance energy and protect your heart. So, what should you do instead? It's easy. Stop peeling and start scrubbing. A quick rinse under running water with a vegetable brush removes the dirt without stripping away the nutrients. Once cooked, the skin softens naturally and blends right in with the flesh. Most people won't even notice it. And if you truly dislike the texture, you can always slip the skin off after cooking when fewer nutrients are lost. The takeaway, don't make peeling beets a habit. By keeping the skin on, you save time in the kitchen. Preserve their full nutritional power and give your body the antioxidants and fiber it desperately needs after 60. Mistake number 11, not using seasonings. Be honest. Have you ever taken a bite of plain boiled beets and thought, well, that tastes earthy? You're not alone. Many seniors dismiss beets as bland or boring. Simple secret. Beets need the right companions to bring out their natural sweetness and power. Here's the science and power. Here's the science. Beets are naturally rich in nitrates, fiber, and antioxidants. But to unlock their full potential, you need to pair them with ingredients that enhance absorption and balance their flavor. Without seasoning, beets can taste dull. And that's when people push them aside, missing out on one of nature's strongest healing foods. A splash of lemon juice or balsamic vinegar does more than brighten flavor. The acid helps your body absorb the iron and beets more effectively, protecting against fatigue and supporting healthy circulation. Drizzle of olive oil adds healthy fats that help your body take up fat-soluble antioxidants like beta-carotene from the beet. This is crucial for protecting your eyes, skin, and heart as you age. Herbs like dill, thyme, or rosemary add not just aroma, but extra polyphenol plant compounds that work with betalains and beets to calm inflammation and support joint health. Even in smoothies, a little ginger or citrus can do wonders. Ginger adds anti inflammatory compounds that pair beautifully with beet circulation, boosting nitrates, while citrus lifts the flavor and helps stabilize blood pressure. The takeaway: beets are never meant to be eaten plain. With the right seasonings, you transform them from just another vegetable into a superfood powerhouse that delights your taste buds while delivering maximum health benefits. Mistake number 10: using old wrinkled beets. Walk into any grocery store and you'll often see beets of all shapes and sizes. Some firm and vibrant, others soft, wrinkled, and dull. And here's the truth: choosing the wrong ones can rob you of the very nutrients your body needs most after 60. Freshness matters. A firm beet with taut skin and deep, rich color signals that it's packed with vitamin C, folate, potassium, and antioxidants like beetle. These nutrients protect your heart, support blood circulation, and keep your immune system strong. But once a beet starts to shrivel, it's not just the texture and taste that suffer. The nutrient levels begin to decline rapidly. Vitamin C, for example, is highly sensitive to air and light, and it's one of the first compounds to break down in older, wrinkled beets. That means instead of helping your body produce collagen and fight inflammation, an old beet might give you little more than empty fiber. And it's not just about nutrients. As beets lose moisture over time, their flesh can become woody, dry, and bland, making them much less enjoyable to eat. Seniors who rely on soft, easy to chew foods may find aged beets unpleasant and harder to digest, leading to missed opportunities for nourishment. So, how do you pick the right beets? Always look for ones that are small to medium in size. They tend to be sweeter and more tender. The skin should be smooth, not sagging or cracked. If the grains are still attached, they should be crisp and bright, never wilted or yellow. At home, cut the greens off right away. Leave about an inch of stem to stop them from draining moisture from the root. Store your beets in the refrigerator's crisper drawer, unwashed, in a breathable bag. With proper storage, fresh beets can last up to 3 weeks while keeping their full nutrition intact. The bottom line: old, wrinkled beets are more than just unappealing. They're a sign that the antioxidants and vitamins you need for healthy aging are slipping away. Treat beets like the powerful superfood they are by choosing them fresh, firm, and vibrant. Your heart, your blood vessels, and your energy levels will thank you. Mistake number 9: discarding the greens. Most people bring home a bunch of beets, cut off the leafy tops, and toss them straight into the trash without a second thought. But here's the shocking truth: when you throw away beet greens, you're actually discarding one of the most nutrient dense parts of the entire plant. Beet greens are like a secret superfood hiding in plain sight. Gram for gram, they can be even more nutritious than spinach or kale. They're loaded with vitamin K, calcium, iron, and magnesium, nutrients that protect your bones, regulate blood pressure, keep your muscles strong. They're also rich in vitamins A and C, which support vision, skin health, and immune function. For seniors, this is no small benefit. Vitamin K, for example, helps prevent dangerous calcium buildup in your arteries while directing that calcium into your bones where it belongs. And magnesium, something over 60% of adults over 60 are deficient in, supports nerve conduction, heart rhythm, and collagen enzyme activity. But the benefits don't stop there. Beet greens are packed with antioxidants and dietary fiber, which means they fight inflammation and keep your digestion running smoothly. Unlike the beetroot, which carries natural sugars, the greens are extremely low in calories and carbs, making them perfect for those managing blood sugar or watching their weight. So, how should you use them? Think versatility. Sauté them with garlic and olive oil for a simple mineral-rich side dish. Toss them into soups, stews, or omelets to give your meals a nutritional upgrade. Blend them into smoothies with banana or pineapple for a green energy boost. And chop them raw into salads, especially the younger, tender leaves, which are mild and slightly sweet. The key is to wash them well, since beet greens. Store them separately from the root in your fridge, wrapped in a bag with a paper towel to absorb excess moisture, and aim to eat them within 2 to 3 days for maximum freshness. The bottom line: if you're throwing beet greens away, you're literally tossing vital nutrients in the trash. Seniors need every advantage to protect their bones, heart, and immune system. And beet greens are a powerful free bonus that comes attached to the root. Stop seeing them as scraps and start seeing them as the health boosting gift they are. Mistake number 8, forgetting salt during cooking. It may sound almost too simple, but one of the most common beet blunders happens before you even take your first bite. Boiling or steaming them in plain water without salt. At first glance, this seems harmless. After all, salt has gotten a bad reputation. But when it comes to cooking beets, leaving it out is a mistake that robs both their flavor and nutritional impact. Here's why. Salt isn't just a seasoning sprinkled on top. It actively draws out and enhances the beet's natural earthy sweetness from the inside. Would you ever boil it in plain water? Of course not. The same principle applies to beets. When you skip the salt during cooking, you end up with bland, flat tasting vegetables that don't live up to their full potential. But taste is only half the story. Cooking beets in lightly salted water actually helps preserve their texture and improve nutrient absorption. Sodium ions penetrate the beet cells, helping maintain firmness and allowing the body to more efficiently utilize electrolytes like potassium and magnesium that beets are naturally rich in. For seniors especially, these minerals are crucial for blood pressure regulation, muscle contractions, and nerve health. The science backs this up. Studies show that properly seasoned cooking water not only enhances flavor, but also prevents excessive leaching of vitamins into the cooking liquid. That means you keep more of the folate, vitamin C, and betaines, the antioxidants responsible for beetroot's deep red color, and its ability to fight inflammation and oxidative stress. So, how much salt is enough? You don't need a heavy hand. Just 1 2-to-1 teaspoon per pot of water is plenty to transform the final dish. And if you're watching sodium levels, consider using Himalayan pink salt or sea salt in moderation. These natural salts contain trace minerals like magnesium, calcium, and potassium, which add an extra nutritional edge without overloading your system. The bottom line for getting salt during cooking doesn't just leave your beets bland, it dulls their potential. By seasoning early, you unlock their natural sweetness, preserve key nutrients, and set the stage for a delicious health protective dish that supports your heart, brain, and joints. Mistake number 7, wasting the canned beet liquid. If you've ever opened a can of beets and immediately poured that dark red liquid down the drain, you're not alone. But here's the shocking truth. In doing so, you're throwing away a powerhouse of nutrients that your body desperately needs, especially as you age. That vibrant crimson liquid isn't just colored water. It's rich in betaines, the same antioxidants that give beets their signature hue. These compounds are scientifically proven to reduce oxidative stress, support liver detoxification, and even help lower inflammation in tissues prone to stiffness and pain. Think of them as microscopic bodyguards for your joints, blood, vessels, and nerves. And that's not all. The canning process naturally allows essential minerals like potassium, folate, and magnesium to leach into the liquid. Potassium helps regulate heart rhythm and blood pressure. Folate supports healthy red blood cell production and brain function. So, magnesium keeps your muscles calm and your bones strong. Nutrients seniors often struggle to get enough of. By discarding the liquid, you're literally pouring away a natural supplement in disguise. Now you may be wondering about sodium. Yes, some canned beet liquid can carry added salt, especially if packed in brine, but the benefits can still outweigh the risk if you use it wisely. Simply adjust your overall meal seasoning. Skip extra table salt, balance with fresh herbs or lemon juice, and you'll still come out ahead nutritionally. Better yet, choose low sodium or no salt added cans whenever possible to maximize the goodness. So, how can you use this liquid gold? The options are endless. Soup base, stir it into vegetable or bean soups for a nutrient boost and gorgeous color. Smoothies, blend it with berries, yogurt, or greens for a heart-healthy shake. Salad dressing, whisk it with olive oil, balsamic vinegar, and garlic for a naturally sweet vinaigrette. Hummus or dips, mix it in for both color and antioxidant power. Baking, use a splash in bread, pancakes, or even brownies for a subtle earthy note and extra nutrition. The bottom line, throwing away canned beet liquid is like tossing out free medicine for your heart, brain, and joints. Instead, embrace it with a little creativity. That ruby red liquid can transform ordinary dishes into collagen protecting, circulation boosting meals that keep you thriving well past 60. Mistake number six, not blanching canned beets. Have you ever opened a can of beets, taken a bite, and noticed a strange metallic or tiny taste? Don't worry, there's nothing wrong with your senses. That odd flavor is one of the most common side effects of the canning process. And while it might not be dangerous, it can ruin your meal and discourage you from eating beets regularly. Even worse, many people don't realize that this metallic taste can also mask the natural sweetness and earthy richness that make beets such a superfood. Here's the science. Canned beets are sealed in metal containers, often with added brine. Over time, trace elements from the can and the preservation process can interact with the beet pigments, subtly altering their flavor profile. Seniors who often have a sharper sensitivity to taste changes may notice this more strongly. That metallic tang doesn't just affect your enjoyment, it can also make you less likely to keep beets in your regular diet, which means missing out on their heart, brain, and circulation benefits. But here's the good news, there's a simple 1 minute solution: blanching. By dropping your canned beets into gently boiling water for just 1 to 2 minutes, you wash away that metallic residue and instantly restore their natural flavor. After blanching, the earthy sweetness returns, the bitterness fades, and suddenly your canned beets taste fresh again, closer to what you'd expect from roasted or steamed beets straight out of the garden. And don't worry, this quick blanch doesn't strip away their nutrition. Most of the fiber, folate, potassium, and antioxidant rich betalains remain intact. You're simply removing the lingering taste from the canning process, making the beets far more pleasant and satisfying. Think about how you plan to use them. Salads. Metallic notes are most noticeable when beets are eaten cold, so blanching is essential before slicing them into salads, roasting, or sauteing. Even if you plan to cook further, a quick blanch makes all the difference in the final flavor. Smoothies. Removing bitterness ensures your beet based smoothie tastes vibrant and energizing, not unpleasantly tiny. The bottom line, skipping the blanch step, the mistake that robs you of the full enjoyment and motivation of eating beets. Take 1 extra minute and you'll unlock all the natural sweetness, color, and health benefits without the off putting metallic aftertaste. Mistake number five, avoiding canned beets entirely. Many people think that only fresh beets count as healthy. They assume canned beets are less nutritious or even harmful. Skip them altogether. But here's the truth. If you've been avoiding canned beets, you may be missing out on one of the most convenient and still nutrient packed ways to get all the health benefits of this superfood. Let's clear this up with science. Studies show that most of the fiber, folate, potassium, iron, and antioxidants like betalain survive the canning process. These compounds are the very reason beets are known to lower blood pressure, improve circulation, and reduce inflammation. In fact, for busy seniors or when fresh beets aren't available, canned versions can be a reliable and surprisingly effective option. So, why the bad reputation? The real issue isn't the beet itself, it's the sodium often added during the canning process. Some brands pack their beets in brine, which can sneak in several hundred mg of salt per serving. For seniors managing blood pressure, heart health, or kidney function, that extra sodium can be concerning. But here's the fix. Simply rinse your canned beets under cool water before eating. This removes much of the excess sodium without affecting their natural sweetness or texture. Even better, shop for cans labeled low sodium or no salt added. These are increasingly easy to find, and they put you in control of seasoning. And let's not forget about convenience. Fresh beets can take an hour or more to roast or steam. Canned beets, on the other hand, are already cooked and ready to use. You can slice them into salads for instant color and nutrition. Blend into a smoothie for a quick energy boost. Warm them with herbs and olive oil for a fast side dish. Toss them into soups, stews, or even hummus for added flavor and nutrients. By avoiding canned beets, you may be cutting yourself off from an easy, affordable, and powerful way to nourish your body. Especially after 60, when consistency matters more than perfection, canned beets can help you keep this superfood in your weekly routine without the hassle. Bottom line, don't make the mistake of dismissing canned beets. Handle them wisely, rinse, season, and store correctly. And they can deliver nearly the same benefits as fresh without the time and effort. Mistake number 4, only boiling beets. If boiling is the only way you've ever prepared beets, then you've been missing out on their true potential. While boiling is one of the most common cooking methods, relying on it exclusively is a mistake that robs you of both flavor and nutrition. Here's why. Here's why. Beets are rich in water, soluble vitamins and minerals like vitamin C, folate, and certain antioxidants. When you drop them into a pot of boiling water, much of that goodness seeps out into the liquid. Unless you plan on drinking the beet water, which, let's be honest, most people don't. You're pouring a good chunk of nutrients right down the drain. And let's talk about taste. Boiling often leaves beets with a soft, sometimes mushy texture and a muted flavor. Instead of the sweet, earthy richness they're known for, boiled beets can taste flat and uninspiring. No wonder some people think they don't like beets. They've only ever tried them boiled. So, what should you do instead? Rotate your cooking methods and unlock the different sides of this powerhouse roast it. Wrap them in foil or place them in a covered dish and roast at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 200 degrees C. Roasting concentrates their natural sugars, creating a caramelized sweetness and a firmer, satisfying bite. Grilling. Slice beets into rounds. Brush lightly with olive oil and grill. This method adds a smoky depth while keeping the flesh tender and juicy. Pair grilled beets with fresh herbs or a light vinaigrette for maximum flavor. Steaming, a gentler method that preserves more nutrients than boiling. Steaming keeps beets firm and bright while maintaining their antioxidant content raw. Yes, you can eat beets raw, grated, or spiralized into salads. They're crunchy, slightly sweet, and retain 100% of their vitamin content. Raw beets are also excellent in slow or blended into smoothies. Juicing beet juice, often paired with carrot, apple, or ginger, is a nutrient-dense tonic that delivers nitrates, antioxidants, and quick energy directly into your system. By limiting yourself to boiling, you're not only dulling their flavor, but also throwing away many of their health benefits. Beets are one of the most versatile vegetables available. Experimenting with different preparations ensures you keep meals exciting while feeding your body everything it needs to thrive. Mistake number 3, poor storage. You might not realize it, but the way you store your beets can make or break both their freshness and their nutritional value. Many people bring beets home from the market, toss them into the fridge as is, and forget about them until it's too late. By then, the roots are shriveled, the greens are wilted, and most of the nutrients have quietly slipped away. Here's the science. Beets are living plants even after harvest. If you leave the greens attached, they continue drawing moisture and minerals from the root to feed themselves. That's why your beets start looking soft, rubbery, and lifeless after just a few days. Meanwhile, exposure to air, heat, and light accelerates the breakdown of delicate vitamins like vitamin C and folate. So, what's the right way to store them? Leave about 1 in of stem on the root to prevent bleeding, but store the leafy tops separately. Pro tip, don't throw those greens away. They're nutritional gold, but more on that later. Refrigerate unwashed. Dirt acts as a natural protector, so don't scrub your beets until you're ready to cook them. And let them cool, peel, slice, or cube, and then freeze in sturdy freezer bags. They'll stay good for 6 to 8 months and still retain most of their antioxidants and minerals. And don't forget about the greens. Store them separately in a bag with a paper towel to absorb moisture, and use them within 2 to 3 days for the best taste and nutrition. Bottom line, poor storage equals wasted money, wasted food, and lost nutrients. By trimming, separating, and storing your beets properly, you'll keep them fresher, sweeter, and far more nutritious, ensuring you always have this powerhouse vegetable ready to support your heart, brain, and circulation. Mistake number 2, not using beets in desserts. When most people think of beets, they picture earthy salads, roasted vegetable sides, or maybe a glass of beet juice. But here's the surprising truth. Limiting beets to only savory dishes is a big mistake that robs you of one of their most versatile and delicious uses. Beets are naturally sweet, moist, and deeply colored, making them an ideal ingredient for baked goods and desserts. Yet, many seniors and home cooks dismiss the idea, thinking vegetables don't belong in sweets. That mindset is costing you both flavor and nutrition. Natural sweetness and moisture. Pureed or grated beets add a subtle, earthy sweetness and lock in moisture. This means your chocolate cake, brownies, or muffins come out rich, tender, and decadent without needing as much sugar or oil. Nutrient boost in every bite. Unlike refined sugar, beets bring along folate, iron, fiber, vitamin C, and antioxidants, the pigments that give them their deep red hue. Betalains don't just make your desserts beautiful, they also fight inflammation and support detox pathways. Chocolate secret partner. Chocolate secret partner. Pair beets with cocoa, and you'll unlock a whole new level of flavor. The cocoa's bitterness balances the beet's sweetness, while the beets intensify the chocolate's richness. Most people will never guess there are vegetables hidden in their cake. They'll just say it's the best chocolate cake they've ever tasted. Smarter sugar swap. By replacing part of the refined sugar in a recipe with beet puree, you lower the glycemic load. That means gentler blood sugar response, especially critical for seniors managing prediabetes or type 2 diabetes Practical ways to use beets in desserts. Beet brownies or cake. Blend cooked beets into a puree and fold it into your batter. The result, moist, rich, and nutrient-packed. Beet muffins or pancakes. Grated raw beets mix beautifully into batters, adding subtle sweetness and a vibrant color. Smoothies and puddings. A spoonful of beet puree turns ordinary smoothies or chia puddings into antioxidant-rich, visually stunning treats. Natural food dye. Want pink frosting or red velvet cupcakes without artificial dyes. Beet juice delivers a natural, healthy option. Bottom line, if you've only been eating beets in salads or soups, you're missing half the story. Beets are nature's gift to dessert lovers, a way to indulge your sweet tooth while nourishing your bones, heart, and circulation. So don't fall into the trap of thinking beets are just a side dish. They're also the secret ingredient that can transform desserts into something both decadent and healthy. Mistake number one, eating expired canned beets. Of all the mistakes people make with beets, this one is the most dangerous. Warning signs to watch. Never ignore bulging cans, deep rust, severe dents along the seams, or leaks. These are red flags that oxygen and bacteria have already breached the can. Even if the outside looks fine, pay attention when you open it. So, what have we learned today? Beets truly are one of the most powerful superfoods nature gives us. Rich in nitrates for circulation, antioxidants for cellular repair, and fiber for digestion, they can lower blood pressure, sharpen your mind, and energize your body. But here's the truth.